You know, talking is something we do every single day, right? But how often do you actually think about it as a skill? Because the most clever people out there absolutely do. They get that real influence isn't about having the most power or being the loudest. Nope. It's all about mastering the art of communication.
I mean, think about it for a second. You've seen this person. They walk into a room, they start speaking, and everybody just leans in and listens. It's like they command respect without even trying. So what is their secret? What do they know that maybe we don't?
Well, the source material we're looking at today also points out the flip side. Really small, simple mistakes in the way we talk can completely tank our value in the eyes of others. They can lead people to just dismiss us, or even worse, to take advantage of us. But here's the good news. This stuff is totally fixable, and we're going to start fixing it right now.
All right, let's dive in. We're going to start with the absolute foundation of all of this. These are the two core principles that everything else is built on top of. If you get these right, you're basically setting the stage for how everyone perceives you from the moment you open your mouth.
First up, politeness. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Politeness? That sounds kind of basic. But honestly, in a world that can be so abrasive, being genuinely polite is a secret weapon. It's not about being a pushover. It's a strategy. It taps into this deep human need we all have to just feel seen and respected. And this example just makes it so clear. Imagine you've got two shops. In one, the person behind the counter is rude, doesn't really care. In the other, they're kind, they're respectful. Which one are you going back to? It's a no-brainer, right? The source reminds us that this is just human nature. We naturally gravitate toward people who make us feel good. Now for our second foundational hack, and this one is crucial. Know when to just stop talking. More specifically, stop arguing with fools. I'm telling you, it's a battle you will never, ever win. The second you engage, you've already lost. It's a total drain on your energy, and more importantly, it makes you look bad to everyone else who's watching. This quote just hits the nail on the head. When you get down in the mud with someone who's just there to fight, not to listen, you're not you anymore. Suddenly, you're playing their game by their rules and on their turf. And, well, that's a game that's rigged against you from the start. So what do we actually mean by a fool here? The source is super specific about this. It's not just someone who has a different opinion than you. It's the person who refuses to listen, period. They're totally closed off because they are 100% convinced they already know everything. Once you spot that person, the smartest thing you can do is just disengage. Okay, so we've got our foundation set with politeness and knowing when to walk away. Now, it's time to build on that. Let's get strategic. This is all about what you say, when you choose to say it, and, maybe the most important part, what you choose not to say. Really clever communicators are masters at reading the room. They don't just talk because they like the sound of their own voice. They get that saying the right thing at the wrong time makes it the wrong thing. It's all about having that situational awareness. And this is basically their thought process. First, they check the vibe of the room. Is it serious? Is it fun? Second, they try to understand their audience. Who am I actually talking to? And are they even ready to hear this? And third, and this is a huge sign of intelligence, if they're not sure, they stay quiet. An intelligent person is often known more for their thoughtful silence than for their constant talking.
Okay, this next hack can be a tough one, especially if you're a really open, trusting person. But the advice from the source is crystal clear. You have to stop being over-friendly. Be incredibly careful about what personal secrets you share, even with people you think are your friends.
And here is the core of that warning. Every secret you give away, every vulnerability you show someone, it becomes a part of you that you don't control anymore, and it has the potential to turn into a weakness.
Because once somebody knows your weak spots, well, they have leverage on you. They can use that information to manipulate you, to back you into a corner, or to control you. So keeping your private life private isn't about being unfriendly. It's about smart self-preservation. So for our final section, we're going to pivot a little. We've been talking about the external stuff, your words, your actions, but now we're going to go internal. Because truly clever communication isn't just an act. It's fueled by your own mindset, your self-worth, and your confidence. So picture this. You're talking to someone you see as important. Maybe it's your boss, a CEO, whoever. Our natural instinct sometimes is to kind of shrink, to make ourselves smaller. You have to fight that urge. The goal here is always to maintain an equal footing in the conversation. So don't get all flustered or intimidated, and definitely don't just start nodding along with everything they say. You have your own value, your own ideas, your own experience. Speak from that place. You want to communicate on their level, as their equal, not from a position below them.
Which brings us to our final and maybe the most powerful hack of them all: confidence. Seriously, confidence is the engine that makes all of this work. You can have the most perfectly crafted sentence in the world, but if you say it without any conviction, it's just dead air. Confidence is what sells the message. And the source gives us some really practical ways to project that confidence. Make direct eye contact. It shows you're present and you're not scared. Use calm body language, no fidgeting. Speak clearly. Don't rush your words like you're trying to get it over with. The whole package should just radiate, I'm comfortable and I'm in control.
Just let that one sink in for a minute. That's kind of crazy, right? How you deliver something can actually be more powerful than what you're delivering. Your confidence level can literally make people question what is true and what isn't, and that's exactly why mastering this is a total non-negotiable for clever communication.
Okay, so we've just ripped through 6 really powerful hacks to help you communicate more cleverly and effectively. So let's wrap it all up with a simple framework that you can take with you.
It pretty much boils down to these 3 pillars. First, nail your foundation. Be respectful to everyone, but protect your peace and energy. Second, get your strategy right. Read the room and protect your private information. And finally, fuel everything with the right mindset of strength and rock-solid confidence.
And so that brings us to one last question for you. Don't try to tackle all 6 of these at once. That's overwhelming. Just look at this list. Which one of these hacks, if you really mastered it first, would make the biggest difference in your life right now?